So in this video I'll cover the subscriptions endpoint of Subscription Flow API, and previously I've covered authentication and customers endpoint, and I will only try to cover the new endpoints. Usually the delete existing subscription, bulk destroy subscription, filter subscriptions, get filtered list of subscriptions. The format for these endpoints are similar to the customers, and I've covered that in the customer related video. So in this specific tutorial I will try to cover the create new subscription, update existing subscription, and the custom endpoints for suspending, resuming, and cancelling subscriptions. So for the create new subscriptions, in our documentation we have shown the payload and response samples, and here you can see that we can also collapse and expand the items array as well, so just like this. So I will try to open the Postman collection in my local as well, and here as you can see I have the subscription folder, and just to show that the Postman collection is working, I will just run the get list of subscription endpoint, and I will submit this, and it will give me all the subscriptions that I have for this instance. And as you can see that I have 45 entries, and when I preview it also gives me 45 entries. So now let's start. So for starters, you will come here, then you will go to the body, and now you have this sample payload that you have already filled. So in this case the customer ID will be the one that you already have. So let me go to the customers, because currently this ID might not be applicable for your instance because you might not have a customer with the same ID. So let me open up this customer, and I will have this copy ID button here, and I will replace it here as well. Now the next thing is to update the plan ID, product ID, and charges, so such that I can update the quantity and price for them. So I will go to the products, and then I will open up, will quickly create product, and let's say for test it should be a recurring charge, flat fee pricing, next, and I will update it to 50. So when I save pricing for this will create a product and a plan for it as well. So I will come here and I will copy the ID, and I will replace it with the product ID, this here, and then I will come to the test, and here I will open up the plan which is called test. So I will copy this ID and I will replace it with this ID. So after that we need to get the charges, and the charges can be fetched when I click on this specific edit, and as you can see here you can get the charge ID, so I can update this. So usually you don't need everything, like we have covered most of the things, but some of the things have default value, like you don't need to set up renewal period or renewal type every time you want. And another thing to note is that you need to create a customer first, because you need to provide the customer ID. In this endpoint you are assigning a subscription to a customer, so it might, in our system it is not possible to create customer and subscription simultaneously. You need to first create customer and then go towards the subscription creation. So updated the customer ID, plan ID, product ID, and charges as I want, and I am using the default values here. And for this, just as I mentioned before, you don't need to provide everything. Let's say I don't want the ID, it will be auto generated according to our system. So let me remove this. It totally depends on you. If you want custom IDs you can provide that as well. So if I send, it has created a subscription, and this is called premium subscription, and we can verify it on UI as well. So when I refresh this page I should get a new subscription called premium subscription according to that customer. So when I go to that customer as well and I refresh it, and then I will go to the subscriptions tab, and you will see that this subscription will be associated to that customer as well. So it is associated to that customer because it is evergreen, so its total amount will be 0. So the next endpoint is to update existing subscriptions. So here you can update the subscription to basically change anything you want, but there can be constraints, like you cannot update the ID of a subscription. So in my case, let's say I want to update the name, but you can update anything you like that has been provided to this payload. Let's say I want to update the name to premium subscription update, and when I send this will update the name of the subscription. So one thing that I need to update the subscription ID as well. So let me go to this, and I will fetch the ID from the response that we got, and I will go here and I will replace it here. So it will tell the system to update the name for that particular subscription. So as you can see, the name has been updated, and we can verify it on UI as well. So let me refresh this, and this should basically update the name. So we have covered new subscriptions, update subscriptions, and there are multiple fields that you can simultaneously modify in update endpoint, and it's up to you, like you want to change the line item or anything else. So the next thing, so as we have covered the update and create endpoint, usually all the other endpoints like create new subscription, other than suspend, resume, cancel, which are custom endpoints, all of the others are basically similar to the customer endpoints that I covered in another tutorial. You can watch that because the format for all these endpoints are usually the same. You just need to provide an ID to delete, let's say, and the filtered and all the other endpoints are usually the same. So let me cover the suspend subscription endpoint. When you go here, you will be asked to provide a subscription ID, and let's say I want to come here and I want to update this subscription. So let me copy this, and I will change it here, and now I need to provide two parameters. The second one is optional. It is only mandatory when you're using the specific date. So when I come here, I will let's say you want to use this, and I update this, and when I click on send, it will update the subscription. So when I refresh this, the status should be changed to paused. As you can see, it is paused. So that's how you can pause a subscription or suspend a subscription whenever you want. And the next endpoint that we can cover is to resume a subscription. So let's say I come here, and I also need to provide subscription ID here as well. So let me copy this, and I have entered the subscription ID, which is basically the subscription ID of this, and I want to resume this subscription immediately. So I will use the today keyword, and when I click on send, it will give us status 200, and when I update, it should resume, and so hence the status is active. So that's how our suspend and resume work, and similar goes for the cancel. And when I go here, body, and I come here, I enter the subscription type, and let's say I want to enter it today as well. I want to cancel it today, and when I go to send, it will cancel the subscription. When I come here, the status should be changed, and it is cancelled. So that's how our API works, and I've covered most of the useful APIs that you can use to interact with your app using our API.